Have you ever wondered about the most disease-affected places in the world? It's a question that takes us deep into the realm of global health, revealing a complex tapestry of challenges and solutions. Understanding where diseases strike hardest not only illuminates the struggles faced by different regions, but also helps us to shape responses and resources effectively. This video will take you on a journey, exploring the regions most affected by diseases. To understand the magnitude of this issue, it is vital to dive into some statistics. Let's start our journey around the globe with a snapshot of the global disease prevalence. It is important to note that the disease burden is not evenly distributed across the world. There are regions where the prevalence of certain diseases is significantly higher than the global average. First stop, Sub-Saharan Africa. This region is tragically known as the epicenter of diseases such as malaria and HIV/AIDS. While these diseases are prevalent globally, the burden is particularly heavy here. In fact, Sub-Saharan Africa accounts for over 2/3 of the world's HIV/AIDS cases and nearly 90% of malaria cases. Moving on to Southeast Asia. This region battles with both communicable and non-communicable diseases. Tuberculosis and dengue are rampant, but so are heart disease and stroke, fueled by urbanization and lifestyle changes. Next, we head to Eastern Mediterranean, a region marked by conflict and displacement. Here, the disease landscape is dominated by conditions such as malnutrition and diarrheal diseases, often exacerbated by inadequate access to clean water and sanitation facilities. Jumping across to the Americas, we see a mix of health challenges. While North America grapples with non-communicable diseases like cancer and heart disease, Central and South America face a double burden of infectious diseases like Zika and Chagas, and non-communicable diseases. Finally, let's look at the Western Pacific. This region, home to 1/4 of the world's population, faces a unique set of health challenges. From the high prevalence of liver cancer in Mongolia to the widespread incidence of diabetes in the Pacific Island countries, the disease burden here is complex and diverse. These snapshots provide a glimpse into the different disease landscapes around the world. They underscore the importance of targeted, context-specific health interventions. We also need to remember that these numbers are not just statistics. They represent millions of lives, each with their own story, their own struggle. As the numbers reveal, the disease burden varies significantly across different regions. Let's take a closer look at the region with the highest disease burden, Africa. Africa, a continent brimming with vibrancy and diversity, is unfortunately also a battleground for two of the world's most devastating diseases, malaria and HIV/AIDS. These diseases are not only prevalent but also pose a significant challenge to the economic development and quality of life in the region. Malaria, a mosquito-borne disease, is a formidable foe in Africa. Despite significant efforts to control it, this disease continues to claim hundreds of thousands of lives each year. Children under 5 years are particularly vulnerable, constituting the majority of malaria deaths. The disease also has a significant economic impact, with millions of dollars lost annually in direct costs for prevention and treatment, and indirect costs such as lost productivity. HIV/AIDS, on the other hand, is a pandemic that has left no corner of the globe untouched, but has hit Africa particularly hard. Millions of Africans live with HIV, and it remains the leading cause of death in the region. The disease not only shortens lives, but also widens the socio-economic disparities, affecting the most vulnerable populations. The statistics are indeed staggering, but they only tell part of the story. Behind these numbers are people, communities, and entire nations working tirelessly to combat these diseases. From community health workers distributing bed nets and providing malaria education, to organizations offering HIV testing and antiretroviral treatment, the fight against these diseases is a collective effort. Moreover, it's important to recognize the progress made in the face of these challenges. Over the past 2 decades, the number of new HIV infections has dropped significantly, and the malaria mortality rate has decreased by over half. These achievements are a testament to the resilience of the African people and the power of global health initiatives. The health challenges faced by Africa are indeed overwhelming, but there are also stories of resilience and progress. Africa's health journey is far from over, but there is hope. And it is in this hope that we find the courage to continue the fight against diseases and work towards a healthier future for all. Moving east, Asia too has its share of health challenges. On this vast and diverse continent, diseases such as tuberculosis and dengue are prevalent, affecting millions of lives every year. Let's take a closer look. Tuberculosis, a potentially serious infectious disease that mainly affects the lungs, is quite widespread in Asia. The World Health Organization estimates that nearly half of all new tuberculosis cases occur in the Southeast Asia region. This equates to millions of people each year. The disease not only takes a toll on the health of the individuals affected, but also has a profound impact on their communities and the economy at large. Then there's dengue, a mosquito-borne viral infection causing severe flu-like illness. It is found in many parts of Asia, particularly in urban and semi-urban areas. According to the World Health Organization, an estimated 100 million people are infected with dengue annually in Asia. This disease, while not often fatal, can be extremely debilitating, leading to severe pain, exhaustion, and in serious cases, a life-threatening condition known as dengue hemorrhagic fever. These diseases, while daunting, are not the only health challenges facing Asia. The region also grapples with non-communicable diseases such as heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. These chronic conditions often result from lifestyle factors, such as unhealthy diets and lack of physical activity, and are exacerbated by rapid urbanization and changing social norms. What's more, Asia faces unique health challenges due to its vast size and diversity. Healthcare delivery is a complex task, with rural areas often lacking the resources and infrastructure of urban centers. Accessing healthcare can be a challenge for many, particularly those in remote regions or those who are economically disadvantaged. However, it's not all gloom and doom. Despite these challenges, Asia is making strides towards better health outcomes. Innovative programs and policies are being implemented to tackle these health issues head-on. From mass vaccinations to community health initiatives, Asia is demonstrating a strong commitment to improving the health of its people. And with continued effort and global support, there's every reason to be hopeful about the future of health in Asia. Despite these challenges, Asia is making strides towards better health outcomes. Across the Pacific, the Americas are battling their own set of health issues. Let's turn our focus to this region, which is facing a steady rise in non-communicable diseases like diabetes and heart disease. The Americas, stretching from the snowy peaks of Canada to the sun-kissed beaches of Argentina, are a diverse mix of cultures and lifestyles. And with this diversity comes a variety of health challenges. It's estimated that nearly 1 in 10 adults in North America is living with diabetes. This chronic condition, which affects the way the body processes blood sugar, is a significant concern. It's not just the disease itself, but the complications that can arise. Heart disease, stroke, kidney disease, and vision loss can all be consequences of unmanaged diabetes. Speaking of heart disease, it's another major health issue in the region. In fact, it's the leading cause of death in both North and South America. Lifestyle factors such as diet, lack of exercise, and smoking contribute significantly to this. The high prevalence of obesity is also a contributing factor, with more than 1/3 of adults in the United States considered obese. But it's not just these giants of disease we need to consider. Infectious diseases, although less prevalent, still pose a significant threat. The Zika virus outbreak in 2015 and 2016, for instance, affected thousands across South and Central America. And let's not forget the ongoing battle with HIV and AIDS, particularly in the Caribbean, where it's second only to sub-Saharan Africa in terms of prevalence. These numbers and facts may be daunting, but they also illuminate the path forward. They highlight the areas where health initiatives and policies can make a real difference, where education about prevention and treatment is crucial. Healthcare in the Americas is a complex issue with progress and challenges going hand in hand. As we move forward, it's important to remember that health isn't defined by borders or oceans. It's a global issue, one that requires global solutions. Having explored these regions, it becomes clear that disease knows no borders. It's not confined by geography or culture, but rather, it weaves its way through the fabric of humanity, indiscriminately touching lives. This is a stark reminder of our interconnectedness. The health challenges faced in Africa, Asia, the Americas, and indeed the rest of the world are not isolated issues. They are threads of a larger tapestry that binds us together as a global community. This understanding brings to light the importance of global cooperation in tackling diseases. The fight against disease isn't a solitary one. It's a collective endeavor. It's about sharing resources, knowledge, and expertise across borders. It's about learning from each other's successes and failures. It's about standing together in the face of adversity. But cooperation alone isn't enough. It must be coupled with understanding and compassion. Understanding, to appreciate the unique health challenges each region faces. Compassion, to empathize with those who bear the brunt of these diseases. Only then can we hope to make significant strides in improving global health. Let's remember this. Our world is only as healthy as its sickest inhabitant. Health indeed is a shared responsibility. It's about more than just medicine. It's about humanity. To improve global health, it requires a collective effort, understanding, and compassion.